Let me tell y'all about this man that I met a couple of weeks ago. So I met a guy a couple of weeks ago, and
Damn, you making a video about a man that you met a couple weeks ago. That is crazy, bro. It's like, yo, baby girl, get a life. You barely know this man. And you're making a whole video about him? This is crazy. He probably smash and dash. That's probably what it is.
and he called me up, and we had an incredible conversation. He was definitely gaslighting and future faking and all the things, because he one of the questions to me was like, are you wanting to get married? And I was like, yeah, I do. He was like, so if we got to know each other, we spend time with each other, and I proposed to you in 3 months, would you be with the shits? And I was like, if it's in God's will, we got to pray on it and all these other things. But if things are aligning, maybe, I don't know. But I'm definitely not scared of marriage. And he was like, okay, because I'm trying to get married and have some babies. And I'm like, I am too, because I'm getting a little old, and it is what it is. So
Right there. That means this is a desperate woman. And look, fellas, when a woman is desperate, bro, all you gotta do to crack is tell that bird exactly what she wants to hear. Because now that she's past her prime and she give her prime years to the streets, now she's in desperate mode. So she's willing to marry any dude out there that's willing to marry her. Understand that. And all a man gotta do is tell that bird exactly what she wanna hear, and she's gonna take the bait. Facts. Every time.
So we talked for a couple of hours or whatever. And then he was telling me that he was on the way to the casino. I think I called him like at like 8 or something. He was like, he's at the casino, and he called me back. And he FaceTimed me, and he showed me that he was at the casino. I guess he didn't want me to think he was lying or whatever. But after that conversation, I didn't hear from him again. And that's fine. We were following each other on Instagram. So he watched my stories all the time and not say anything. I'm fine. I know exactly what I'm looking for or what I'm desiring. So once I realize that I'm not in alignment, I'm off it real quick with no attitude, no problems, no issue. So I guess he took it upon himself the other day. I posted a picture like a boomerang with like my legs and my feet in.
Bird activity right here, bro. So you thirst trap. So it's like, okay, this man is not giving me any attention. I know if I sexualize myself a little bit, it's going to get his attention. Watch this. See, these are the games that birds play. See, when it comes to birds, the flesh is weak. So they will always use the flesh to get attention from men. And it's sad.
The like boomerang, and he was like, let me rub your feet, because he already told me from the beginning that he loves feet. He's definitely gonna be somebody who's gonna be paying for my nails and toes.
He already told me from the beginning he loves feet. So to get his attention, I posted a boomerang of my feet to get his attention. Bird games. Bird games, y'all.
Anyway, I was like, oh, so now you know me, sir. And he was like, ah, don't do that. And I'm just like, hey, I'm just messing with you or whatever. So we were kind of like just messaging back and forth on Instagram, but I've already written him off. I've already met somebody else that's doing the things. And so
This is what I'm saying about these birds. These women are compulsive, pathological liars. So you trying to say that you cut this guy off, but yet you are taking time out your day to make a video about him. That man is still on your mind. But you found somebody to replace him. You found somebody who is tricking on you. But you are still giving that man attention. Man, these chicks, bro. This shit is crazy.
I don't know. I was just feeling, I guess, sickening this morning. So I had messaged him on Instagram. I said, call me. He said, I'm at work. I said, let me see. Just being silly. Before I know it, a couple of minutes later, my phone's ringing. He's driving home. He proceeds to let me know that he will be in Atlanta next weekend. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, are you going to come see me? Or are you going to take me on a date? And he's like, well, I'm not really coming to Atlanta for that. It's just like really some business for a few days. It's me. Oh, okay, cool. I said, thank
Thirsty, bruh. Begging a man to come see you, take you on a date. Can you please come see me? Can you please take me on a date? I'm starving. Keep telling y'all, bro, nothing is worse than a desperate woman. No man wants a woman who is just mad desperate, begging. That's nasty work, bro. Only birds beg.
Thank you for letting me know what it is. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, there's no way that you're truly, genuinely interested in me and know that we live in different states and you're not going to see me. He was like, that's not true. I was like, it's very much true. And I said, it's okay. If you don't have the balls to say it, I'll have the balls to say it for you. That's not what this is. And that's very cool. There's no problems. There's no issues. And he was like, that's not what it is. And I was like, okay. He was like, okay, well, whatever you say it is what it is. Exactly. And so he proceeded to say, how's your week been? I said, you know what? You did tell me that you were tired. Have a good night or have a good rest. And he was like, dang.
This shit is crazy, bro. Because she claims she already cut this man off in her brain and she found another man who is doing the things that he said he was going to do, but yet she's steady bothering this man. It's crazy, bro. It's like the more you don't want a bird, it's like the more she wants you. It's wild.
That's what it is. And I hung up. Why did I hang up? Because you already let me know that you're not trying to pursue me. You're not trying to date me. That's not what it is. I'm good on you. There's no need for us to continue to converse. I'm not looking for a best friend. I'm not looking for a pen pal. I'm not mad. I'm just not wasting my time. So I look down at my phone when I get home and I realize that he texts me, I need you to lose your attitude. I said, I don't have an attitude. I just let you know that you can go ahead and go to sleep and rest because obviously we're not in alignment. So, take care. He's like, damn, okay. And then before I know it, my phone is ringing. And, some people will probably be like, no, he's not. His ego is hurt. This man is pursuing me through a space of his ego and not his interest. He doesn't like that I said, move on. So now you're trying to act like you care. You don't care.
This shit is crazy, bro. You all see how these women be making stuff up in their brains? They will sit there and make up a whole bunch of reasons why this man is not interested in me. You're desperate, shorty. He feel that shit on you. See what I'm saying? Like, a man could feel and smell a desperate woman a mile away. She's begging. But she's thinking that he's angry because she told him to move on because he didn't want to take her on a date. He didn't want to link with her. And she thinks he's the one that's angry because she said move on. Bro, this is wild.
You have not been showing me any signs in these 2 weeks that you've cared. I haven't even had another phone conversation with you since the first day that we spoke, which was 2 weeks ago. You're not interested in me, and I'm okay with that. So then I was like, what's up? And he was like, no worries. I said, oh, I wasn't worried. I said, I already know that we're not in alignment. I just didn't know why you were calling my phone. So then he gives me this chat GPT response. How do I know? Because it came in bolded. Sir, you didn't even have enough common sense to put it in a notepad and unbold it and send it to me. So because I'm with the shits, I explained exactly what it is. I said, when you got on the phone with me, you didn't let me know that you have things that you got going on. Because basically he was saying, just because I'm going to Atlanta and not taking you on a date does not mean I'm interested. He was like, I'm just wanting to take things slow right now because I have a lot of things going on in my life. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, why didn't you say that when you first had a conversation with me so that there could be a level of understanding there? You're lying. You're just upset because I dismissed you. You're responding to me from a space of your ego because you were asking me if you were ready to marry me in 3 months. It didn't sound like you had a lot going on. Why are you asking that question if you have a lot going on? Sir, don't play with me. Play with your mama. Goodbye. I'm good on you.
This shit is crazy, bro. Look at the way she flipped this shit. Now, he was the one who rejected her. Yes, I'm coming to the A, but no, I'm not coming to see you. All of a sudden, she tried to flip it in her mind and act like she was the one who dismissed him. This is the mindset of these birds, bro. This is their minds. Their minds will never see reality. A bird will make up a lie. That's why I said earlier, she's a compulsive pathological liar. She's thriving in delusion. This man is clearly not interested, but for some strange reason, she's trying to act like she was the one who rejected him. This shit is crazy, bro. But this is what happens, fellas, when a woman is desperate. And here's the reality. It happened to all birds, right? This happens to all birds. It's like their karma. When they are in their prime years, they think that it's okay to give their souls to the streets, right? But karma always catches up to everybody. Nobody could evade karma, right? So when you give your soul to the streets, when you're youthful and things like that, when you should be taking that time to find a husband as a woman, right? So you could have a family and get married and settle down with kids and, do that. But instead, you want to have fun and give away your prime years. This is the outcome. As you age, you become very lonely as a woman. And once a woman becomes lonely, she becomes very desperate. I'm telling you. And she starts to make up things in her head. Just listen to this woman, bro. This woman is draining. This is a woman who will only drain your energy because her life is filled with bitterness, chaos, and turmoil. That's why, as a man, you gotta be careful dealing with a woman like this. See, that's why, like I always tell dudes, man, it's like, yo, bro, to me, if a woman is over the age of 30 with no kids, I'm good. Seriously, because you gotta understand, that's a woman who passed the prime. She's no longer in her prime years, and she's not married, and she ain't got no kids. So what you think she was doing in her prime years? Seriously, like you think she was just doing nothing? See, it's something when nobody chose to make that woman a mother or a wife. It's something about her energy, bro. And if you want to be the fool to try to figure out why she was never married or never had kids before she reached 30, go ahead. But you're going to learn the hard way. But if you see a woman with no kids, no marriage by 30, bro, that should happen for a reason. That should happen for a reason. I'm trying to tell you, all right? Because you got to understand, by the time a woman reached 22, 23, 24, a certain energy in her, her spirit, her motherhood spirit takes over, right? Her motherhood, it's just how life works. Like once a woman reaches a certain age, she naturally wants to be a mother. And when a woman chooses to be in her 30s with no kids, at least no kids, bro, that's a problem because that's a woman who had mad time on her hands. So what that means is, like, like how a dude could juggle mad tricks because he a dude? That's how these types of women are. They out here juggling mad dudes and they ain't got to be worried about kids and stuff like. Cause see, here's the thing, right? At least when a woman got kids, she's forced to be somewhat responsible if she's a good mother, right? Because she got to take care of her kids. But when a woman ain't got kids, bro, she got time on her hands to be on some player shit. So fellas, be smart out here. That's just the bottom line. Be smart and be wise out here, for real.